Here's another tree I've been working on for years. Now, it is true that these mature live oaks tend to have less interior foliage than, say, a water oak that's been left alone. But they do put out epicormic sprouts in an attempt to restore themselves to their proper crown distribution, their proper exterior to interior foliage ratio. So you can see there's a fair amount of interior foliage in some spots. But you can also see we haven't really removed much in the way of low limbs. We haven't raised it over the street, and we certainly haven't raised it over the house, just so that it's not touching. Just look at that. So this is a good example of our philosophy, not to remove any live plant parts without a reason. And that's why we've left intact all this interior foliage. And that's why we haven't pruned this thing, manicured it. This is a pretty manicured community. And you know, I've been privileged to have a client that says, now we're not going to pick every little dead branch twice a year, okay? And we're not going to strip out this tree just so that the lawn will do better. The lawn is not as important as this tree, people. In fact, we've been talking about this for years, but this particular client just hasn't pulled the trigger. Why not turn this entire square into a ground cover bed? I've got a lot of clients who've done that, and their trees have rewarded them and thanked them for changing their cultural surroundings and improving it by putting on thicker and denser foliage. The less a tree has to compete with turf grass and its critical root zone, the less blue sky you see through its crown over time. It's an immediate cause and effect. Make this tree happy and it puts out a denser crown. But this is a beautiful specimen. Let me see if I can show it to you from a greater distance so you can just get, let me see where the sun is and where the best place to stand is. See if I can give it to you from a better angle, because this is a really nice one. And this ain't even that big, to be honest with you. It's one of those trees you just drive past on a nearly daily basis. You don't pay it any mind, and you stop and really look at it. This is a doozy. It's just got such a pretty shape. And that interior foliage is just that you're so used to seeing the river oaks prune or the tanglewood scrape or whatever you want to call it, the lion tail prune, that when you see a tree that still has low branches and still has interior foliage, arborists like me, it's just not something you see every day. Thanks, I hope you enjoy. This is a remarkable tree. This is one of the many trees I have the privilege to work with on a fairly routine basis. And if you click through to the next video, the YouTube algorithm will smile upon me. Thank you.